cups of this Califia organic almond milk. Adding that pinch of salt. I'm gonna add in 3 tablespoons of tapioca. And I actually like to use that same measuring cup and put it in here. So here is our tapioca mixture. I'm going to just pour that in. It's just a slurry. I'm going to go in with 3/4 cup of sugar. So now we're going to have everything on our stove, and we are going to just whisk like crazy. So we're going to melt everything, bring everything together. All it is anyways is just cream and sugar and usually some sort of additive. This is our so it is getting thicker and thicker. Okay, so it is just bubbling up, and it has been about 6 minutes. So I am going to remove this from the heat, and I'm going to let it thicken. I'm going to give it a taste test in just a bit. So here is the thickness of it so far. Mixture that is already done, I am going to add it. So next up, I have a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum that I'm going to add to about a tablespoon of water. And I am just going to mix this in. So this is what your xanthan gum mixture is going to look like, kind of a gel. And I'm going to add that in and whisk it like crazy. All right, xanthan gum is in. Now I'm going to whisk, whisk, whisk and get it mixed in. That is going to give us a stabilizer and help things to just come together better. I have pure maple syrup. I'm adding in just 1 tablespoon. I'm just gonna swirl it and leave it like that, maybe. So here is our maple almond butter swirl vanilla ice cream. This is what it looks like. Now we're gonna add it to a glass dish. I'm going to place this in my fridge for about an hour to start. Okay, so I am going to go ahead, and this has frozen overnight, and it's more of a like an ice milk kind of consistency, and that's because there's very little fat in it, because I made it with just almond milk, a little bit of almond butter, some sugar, and some starch. And that is, I'll get up close so you can see. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to add this to our blender, just so we get, since this was no churn, I want to give it that churned effect, get it a little creamier. So once I took it out of the freezer, I went ahead and let it sit for about 10 minutes, just so it's easier to kind of spoon out. Really uncomplicated. And the reason why I did this is because I really wanted to make something for my husband, because he couldn't have, there weren't any in the stores that we could find near us that he could have. And since he's really just consuming almond milk and he can't have coconut milk, even the almond milks had coconut milk in them, and you know, I love the So Delicious brand, but though I can get away with that, he can't. So right now I'm just adding all of this to our blender. You could always skip this step and just eat it how it is. It's really delicious. And you can sweeten it how you like, which is one of the things that I really love, because you can control the sugar, you can control the thickeners, you can control all of those things, and that makes it a lot healthier. So, alrighty. This is also a good opportunity if you want to add any additional mix-ins, you could do that. But I have already added some almond butter, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn this on. I'm gonna add in just about a tablespoon of almond milk just to get it a little creamier because it's super frozen. Okay, so it is complete. What I ended up doing was just adding about a tablespoon of milk to it. Ooh, we're making a mess. And I'm just gonna put it right back in that exact same glass dish. So this is what it looks like. Nice and creamy. And I'm about to have some. I'm so excited about it. So the reason why you do this extra step, you do not have to, but the reason why you do it if you would like is because you want to get that, since we didn't use an ice cream maker, we just used, you know, this no churn method. We still wanted to get it to a consistency like this, or at least I did. So this is more like froyo than anything else because it's so light. And light, I mean fat wise and all of that. It's so good. I'm super, super excited that he has an option. And then if you say you have some, I don't know, cookies laying around, you could crumble those up and put it in here and make cookies and cream. You can really make this whatever flavor you would like, and that's what makes this so, so good. And it's completely dairy free. You didn't have to spend $9 or $10 for it, but don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing that. So this is what it looks like. Okay, super, super excited about this. Really cold, obviously. This is so good. It's simple, it feels light, and it definitely has more of that frozen yogurt feel. It's so good. It reminds me of the texture of like a Frosty, like a Wendy's Frosty. I used to eat those back in the day. And just a little, this is so good. So, so good. You should try this. Okay, so all you need is a couple ingredients, some unsweetened almond milk, a starch. I am so, so excited. This turned out so good. It really reminds me, so excited. It really reminds me of butter pecan. I guess just because of the nuttiness of the almonds, and it has a slightly buttery flavor and texture just because of the almond butter that I added to it. Now that I've made this, I'm like, what else can I make? What other flavors can I make? Chocolate is definitely on the list. In order to store it, it's starting to melt because I had to take some pictures for the blog. So it's starting to melt. I'm just putting it in a glass freezer safe bowl with a lid, and I'm gonna pop this in our freezer. So whenever we want ice cream, now we have our own. It's super, super exciting. So this is gonna make about 3 cups of ice cream, half cup. So that's gonna give you 6 servings. I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna put this up. If you try this, please let me know. Make sure that you leave a review on the blog, styleandstewardship.com. So easy to make your own dairy-free ice cream, and if you can't have coconut, this is the way to go. The next one I'm gonna make is probably gonna be coconut because I can actually tolerate that. So I'm gonna put this up. Until next time, your life matters, what you do with it matters. So what will you steward well?